We're gonna do the leash walking. With this kind of leash, you want to make sure that you're keeping it at one distance every single time. With this, if this is always changing and she'll run up, she'll run out this way. She doesn't know where she's supposed to be on a walk, you know? It's fine later on, but I like this one where the distance isn't changing first. Harness, yes. And then it just takes the pressure off her neck. It gives you more control of her body, and then it will help with the biting thing too. So the one thing before you even go out is that you want to make sure that you have her focus. So typically once the leash goes on, harness goes on, the dog mentally is all the way out the door. You know, like, I'm gonna see all these things. Most people, once they go out the door, the dog has 0% focus on you, right? She's just like pulling all over the place, like wants to sniff everything. The number one tool to leash walking is that focus aspect. So getting her to like check in with you. Muppet, hi, there we go. Because she just forgets, you know, right there. She's like, oh yeah, you're there. Good girl. The one thing, whenever you have that kind of grace period where she's just staring at something, try to redirect her to you. Because what I see with dogs, when you give them that, right now she's young enough to not get excited immediately, but the more people she meets, the more dogs she meets, she's gonna get more and more and more excited. Then you're gonna have a dog that's just so excited that's like pulling towards that person. Because the longer that she zones out on that person, the more and more excited that she's going to get about them, the further she gets from you. She forgets you're there. So when you have her just kind of staring like this, Muppet, yes, just remind her to check in. Cody, yes, sit. The best tool that you can use is to consistently just call their name to check in with you. What I always say is that instead of right away trying to incorporate this into your everyday walk, take 5 or 10 minutes to do what we're gonna do. Because you're gonna go nuts if you're trying to correct every little thing throughout your walk, you know? Like if your half an hour walk, it could turn into a 2-hour walk. I've found that when you're doing like strict leash training, like teaching a heel and everything, you might only get to the end of the block, you might only get to your neighbor's house, like you might not get far, so setting a time goes a lot further than being like, we have to get there, because you're just gonna get frustrated. So the first thing is that when you start walking, they should not be already pulling forward. Even he shouldn't be focused forward. So if he's looking forward right now, once I start the walking, I'm gonna lose him completely. Cody, sit? Yes. Technically he doesn't have to sit, like the look is okay, but the sitting just means that they're in full self-control. So once you have his attention right here, that's when you can start walking. Cody! Right when I start walking away, I'd say his name. And if he checks back in, that's going to keep him from pulling. He didn't respond to it, and it led to him tightening the leash. So if the leash tightens then, and that's another thing, when your hand is down at your side, I don't give them much more slack than that. That's the vicinity that he should stay walking in, right around here.
Right.
Once he does pull on the leash, I'm gonna bring him back to a heel. Cody, heel. And right now I'm gonna lure him with a treat. So I take a step back right here. Oh look, he's trying to pull backwards, trying to be stubborn. This way, all the way. And you can guide them a little bit too. And then right back to your side. Yes. So heel means at your side, loose leash, not pulling on the leash. Good, there we go. And looking up at you. So before you start walking again, we should be back to that heel position. As with everything, like in the beginning of leash training, it's whatever you can do, because there's so many distractions out here, especially to break a stubborn dog who just wants to pull. Use whatever you can to make this focus natural. Good, Cody. Good boy. Cody! Yes! Good! Stay right here. Cody! Yes! Yes! Cody! You see when he's getting a little bit like frantically looking, that's when we lose him a little bit.
Yeah.
But when he's guided, he was just getting a little too excited, like, what am I supposed to look at now?
Yeah.
But that whole time he was looking up at me, he's walking right alongside me. So I should have given him a treat a little bit earlier. He looked like 5 times without getting a treat. So I should have, just to keep him with me a little bit, just knowing his attention span. That was good, Cody. So I'm gonna tell Muppet heel. So you have to kind of guide her like this. Try to bring her around over here and then at your feet. Yes, so she's in a healing position now. So watch, we're not gonna start walking again. Up. So basically you wanna start walking forward when she doesn't want to, you know, when she doesn't care to. Yes, now we'll go, hi Muppet. Yes, Muppet. And then you wanna kind of awkwardly bend down for her when she is checking in with you. And look, I have this so she can't zigzag. Muppet. Yes, good Muppet. Muppet. Up. Heel. Back to heel. Yes, she followed that one really well. Good. And anytime she keeps focus, like during takeoff, reward her for that instantly. So watch, she's really good about it. Muppet, yes. Good. That one was not as good, but typically she's really good about when you start walking, she keeps her eye on you. And then it's the more you walk, the more distracted she gets. But Cody's kind of the opposite, whereas like he's got this, instantly he feels the walking and his head goes that way. But that's what you always want, because that's the hardest, that's when most people lose their dog's focus, just like how Cody does it. So the fact that we have hers, when we start walking like that, is really good. That time she didn't. Yes.
More treats for
Good.
Cody.
Okay. Good, Muppet, up here. I know you don't know who to look at now. Can you see?
I know. Can I give her a groom now?
Yeah.
Take her to be groomed?
Definitely.
Oh, okay. I was like, I didn't know if she was too young, but
Yeah, because she has all her shots.
yeah, she does.
That's, I think, what's most important, for sure. Yeah, go get a little haircut. You need some more for Cody?
Yeah. Cody, sit.
Okay, Muppet heel.
Cody.
Close Piper. Oh,
Yes.
come here, Missy. Cody. She has no idea. She's like, what happened? But look at how willingly she will focus on you. I mean, Cody is right now with the direction of treats, so he'll be able to not use them pretty quickly. A really good rule of thumb for Muppet to start doing is whenever she wants to get to something, she doesn't get it when she pulls and whines and barks. She gets it by checking in with you. So whenever she wants to get to you, Cody, anyone, when she's on a leash, so that doesn't mean she can't go to Winslow right now, but first, Winslow, can you say, hi, Muppet?
Muppet.
Hi, get her attention. So if she wanted to get to Winslow, that's what we want, like a sit and check in here, instead of just like pulling, trying to get there. Up, like that. Muppet, over here, right here. Yes, that's how you go forward, good. So it doesn't mean she can't go wherever she's trying to go, but first it's checking in with you.
Yeah.
And if you start that, the less stubborn she's going to be. Muppet right here, hey, yes. So during your regular walk, because this will just be, you know, you might just get to the, maybe just aim for like the corner of the street right there when you guys do the actual like stopping every single time they pull. During your actual walk, what you should definitely be doing is just getting her to check in with you consistently, keeping her on this leash. Muppet, yes, good. Rewarding her when she is.
Hey, an amount of patience.
It does.
I know that I don't think I have. So,
To do the leash training?
yeah.
Okay.
Like to do what you're doing.
Yeah, even if it's just
I mean,
around the
I can
house.
have 5 minutes, but
I mean, even if it's down your driveway, that will go far. So doing that like 5 minutes a day goes way further than taking like once out of the week saying like, okay, I'm gonna incorporate this into the walk, because you're only gonna do it 50%. And what I try to do when I do the leash training is, naturally when you go out on the walk, the dog has 0% focus. So what I'm trying to do is train on like that 100% focus, because realistically you'll get somewhere in the middle of that. She doesn't need to have 100% focus on me. She doesn't need 75%, just half would be great. You know, like half look out at things, but when I need you up here, look at me. So the training is kind of at the extreme level, which is kind of why I asked like, how strict do you want to be with it? But just 5 minutes of this will go so far.